Hello, I'm Friend Weiler Sr., the Duxbury Town Moderator. I want to share with you some important information regarding the upcoming annual town meeting scheduled for Saturday, March 14th at the Duxbury Performing Arts Center. For the last few years, we have been investigating the use of electronic voting or balloting for town meeting. The primary reason for looking into electronic voting was feedback received after the 2011 annual town meeting. As you may recall, that meeting was attended by over 1,100 voters, and some felt that a secret ballot could have been utilized to allow voters to express their feelings privately. After that meeting, I attended the Weiler Town Meeting and observed firsthand the use of electronic voting. Subsequently, Duxbury Town Meeting authorized the establishment of the Electronic Balloting Committee, and at last year's annual town meeting, electronic voting was used on a selected basis. An article was passed which authorized further investigation of the use of electronic voting. I'm aware of many towns using electronic voting for representative town meetings, like Plymouth, Framingham, and Chelmsford. As you know, Duxbury conducts open town meeting, which is distinctly different from representative town meeting. However, the technology to run an electronic vote is very similar. Two towns which use electronic voting for open town meeting are Weiler and Westboro. There are a number of other towns that are in various stages of evaluating electronic voting, such as Eastham, Hingham, Andover, and Grafton. While providing voters with privacy while casting their votes at town meeting was the primary reason for exploring this alternate form of voting, our review has also led us to determine that it also provides for an accurate count, ensures integrity of the vote, and when a hand count is required, it is a much faster process. This year, we will conduct both the special and the annual town meetings with electronic voting. I will open the meeting with introduction to the electronic voting and walk voters through the process. We ask for your patience and hope you keep an open mind to this innovation. As with previous town meetings, check-in will be organized by precinct. As voters check in, they receive a handset for use during the session. Each precinct table is staffed by 2 check-in staff supervised by the town clerk, and a volunteer to distribute the handsets. At each table is a computer that is connected to a barcode scanner. As each voter arrives, their name is identified on the precinct list, their voter barcode is scanned, and then an ID barcode on the back of the handset is scanned. This activates the handset for voting during the session. Handsets are tested and turned on prior to distribution to voters. The handsets look a bit like a TV remote control, but instead of pushing buttons to change channels, you push the buttons to vote. The 1 button for yes or the 2 button for no. Your vote will be displayed on your handset screen and wirelessly transmitted to a computer that counts votes and displays the results for me to announce. Nothing but these totals will be recorded, as your vote will remain private. Each session will start off with a test vote to get everyone comfortable with voting procedure. I will propose a question like, will the Red Sox win the pennant this year? And everyone will have 30 seconds to vote. During this interval, voters will be able to change their votes should they wish to do so. The system counts only the last button pushed, the 1 button for yes and the 2 button for no. When the 30-second interval is over, I will announce that the test vote is complete and shortly thereafter announce the results. Before each vote, I will summarize the motion or amendment being decided. I will then announce the beginning of a 30-second interval during which you convey your vote, and a voting light near me will be illuminated. To vote yes, push your handset's number 1 button. To vote no, push your handset's number 2 button. If you accidentally push the wrong button, you can change your vote by pushing the correct button. If you don't want to participate in a particular vote, don't push any buttons during this 30-second voting interval. If you don't want to participate, but accidentally push the 1 button or the 2 button, you can clear your unintentional vote by pushing the 3 button. When the 30-second interval is over, the voting light will be extinguished and I will announce that the vote is complete. Shortly thereafter, I will announce the results. If you inadvertently turn your handset off by pushing the power button in the lower right-hand corner, push this button again to turn the handset back on. Pushing any of the handset's other buttons during the voting interval will not change your vote, but for peace of mind, your handset will encourage you to re-vote. Push the 1 button for yes or the 2 button for no. Please keep your handset with you when you leave the town meeting, either during a session or at the close of a session. Please place your handset in one of the boxes at the exits. If you forget to turn in your handset, we will follow up the next day and ask you to return it. Every handset will be tested before each session of town meeting, so the probability of a handset failing is very low. That said, if pushing your handset's 1 button or 2 button during a vote does not produce a yes or a no on its display, please go to the help desk at the back of the room, and you'll be issued a new handset. We don't expect this to happen, but we are prepared. Finally, Article 12 in the annual town meeting will address the issue of whether or not town meeting would like to incorporate electronic voting on a permanent basis. At that time, the Electronic Balloting Committee will make its presentation, and we will debate the merits of electronic voting. Again, I would like to thank the members of the Electronic Balloting Committee for their 2 years of hard work. I look forward to seeing you all at the annual town meeting on Saturday, March 14th. Thank you.